Hello, everybody. Denbroker22 here, and I'm here and gonna help you guys out by explaining to you about how we have hit energy per weapon. Now, the energy is pretty good on some animals. So, as you can know, recommended hit energy is what they use, how much power that the rifle has to take down the animal. So, for instance, we have Western Moose right here. So, it's saying that 3,088 energy to 5,867 energy. Now, usually the way the energy works is depending on the rifle, the closer you are, the more energy it has. The further you away, the less energy you have. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what rifle and how much energy each rifle has. So that way you can choose the proper rifle for the animal you are going for. So, let's just tap into it and I can tell you which ones they are. But as you can see, each animal has its own different hit energy, even though these are all tier 6. So this one has, this one goes up to 5,800. The Sambar deer goes up to 473. Now, if you were to use, let's just say, a hunting tier 6 rifle, but the minimum does not go up to 2,857, it will not kill the animal. Even if you get a lung shot, it will not kill the animal. The animal will survive. So it has to be within that energy. Even if you try to take it down with a tier 5 weapon. That's what that is. But, anyways, let's go back into it and I can show you, um, explain to you which one is what. And as you can see, like I said, each one does have its different hit energy that you need to take down the rifle. So you do not ever want to exceed the energy. Um, what the energy is it'll show on your scope if you're in hunter sense mode and you're aiming down the sight. It'll show like a yellow a yellowish circle of the hit energy. That's where you want to be. If it shows red, that means that bullet is too powerful or not powerful enough. So if you go to shoot a lion and your hit energy is more than that, when you go to claim the trophy, it'll say hunter. You will lose a star on that. So, and it also damages the meat, and you don't get as much money for the animal. So recommended hit energy is what you want to stay within consistent of. So let's go through. I have every single rifle. I will only be showing you the rifles. I won't do the shotguns or anything like that because, I really don't use those. All right, so you can pause this and write these numbers down so that way you can have a glimpse of them. So each one, the numbers I'm going to give you is going to be to close range at 50 yards to far range 300 yards. 300 yards is where the animal actually will give you the information through your binoculars and it can read them. So here we go. So the grandpa's old rifle, they hit energy close up at 50 yards is 1,661, and at 300 yards it is 1,200. Next one, the Remington 783, it's a tier 5 weapon. It is also a 243. The hit range for the hit energy is 2,951 at 50 yards and 2,346 at 300 yards. Hit energy for the Remington 300 mag, that one is 4,646 energy at 50 and 4,177 at 300. Now the stare, it's a caliber 22 tier 2. This one has a hit energy of 154 at 50 yards and 101 at 300 yards. The Stare Pro Hunter, this is a 7mm. It's a tier 5. This one is 3,060 at 50 yards and 2,570 at 300 yards. The Remington 903 is a 30-06 and it is 3,775 hit energy at 50 yards and 3,229 at 300. Next one is the Stare Scout. This is a 223. It's a tier 3. This one is 1,610 at 50 yards, 1,315 at 300 yards. And now the Stare Carbon CL2. This is a 338. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. This has the most hit energy, which is 5,991 at 50 yards and 5,400 at 300 yards. That one is the most powerful weapon in the game. Next, we have the Stare Moblock. It's a tier 5, 308. This one has 3,470 at 50 yards and 3,040 at 300 yards. So each one you can say you lose about 400 hit energy at that distance. Now we have the Stinger 22. It's a 22 long range. Now this one has 154 at 50 and 101 at 300. So these ones, the 222 long range, are the same. The hit energy is the exact same. So there's no difference between either one. So you can buy one or the other. All right, so the Stare Pro Hunter, this is a 243 tier 5. This one is 2,950 at 50 yards, 2,336 at 300 yards. The Stare SM12 is a 300 mag. It is a tier 6 weapon, so this is one of the big ones. This one is the same thing as the other 300 mag. The same energy is 46 at 50 yards and 4160 at 300 yards. Next, we have the Remington Guide Rifle, the 350. These ones are good for red deer, just so you know. Now, this one is 4,420 at 50 yards and 3,524 at 300 yards. Now, the last rifle that we have in here is the Remington 7600. It's a 270 Winchester. The hit energy at 50 is 3,609 at 50 and 3,368 at 300 yards. So that's the way these go. And like I said, each one has different ones for different for animals. So if it does go weaker at the further away you are, so you can use a bigger weapon, but you have to be further away from the animal so you don't overpower it. But I just choose the correct one. They all work according to the hit energy. So I really do hope that this helps you out. In case you have any questions, you can comment on my YouTube and ask, and I can try to answer them as best as I can. This is Dead and Broken 22. Good luck hunting and have fun. Take care, guys.